Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the final round of this season's VSL Tier 2 Championship. And this is going to be an absolute cracker because we have a five-way title decider here for the sprint race and main race here at Interlagos in Brazil. And it is bound to be an absolute corker of a race. With 18 drivers here as well, our biggest grid of the season, I'm pretty sure by quite a margin as well. They have come out in force, and yeah, guaranteed action. So I'll run you through the championship protagonists before we get going. So leading the way, coming into this final round here, we have ERT Jordan on 187 points. He is leading Gareth, who's on 182, and then Haslager in the Ferrari on 180. And it's Hot Speed on 168. And then just mathematically in with a shout is Y Racer, who's on 156. So he is 31 points behind. So he is only still in it because of the sprint race format. So Y Racer needed a big performance in the sprint race and this one-shot qualifying as well. So the most important qualifying session of the season. And they're only going to get one go at it. So let's see how our drivers tackle it. The pressure is on, and I don't think you'll find many situations where the pressure is higher than this one. So as we're about to start qualifying, it is time. It is time. Buckle yourselves in, grab your drinks, because we are going here for one-shot qualifying. And who knows, Interlagos weather is definitely a possibility. It could throw a spanner in the works, but maybe we want a dry race just to make sure there aren't any boring domination. We want it to go all the way down to the end here. So as we load in, I will just send the link. There we go. So yeah, it is in Jordan's hands, but only by 5 points, and with 33 points. Well, actually, no, I think there's 35 points up for grabs if you include the fastest lap. So with 35 points up for grabs, it definitely is not over yet. And also with the bigger grid as well, we have to take that into account. Normally we've been having smaller grids than this, so there are more potential people to be involved within battles. So drivers choosing setups, getting themselves ready for the most important qualifying lap of the season. And it is dry, so no excuses. No excuses at all. We've seen a few drivers perform very well in qualifying. Let me actually have a look at the constructors. I'm not 100% sure on the situation of the constructors championships. I don't know if they are sealed yet. They're not sealed, but it's very much in Mercedes' hands. They're on 274 points. AlphaTauri on 238. But here we go. As we start our qualifying lap, we'll go on board with the man currently leading the championship, ERT Jordan. If we can find our way to him, it might be a bit. We'll go on board with Gareth. He's the one we've got, and he is the man in second place currently in the championship. Not had the best qualifying this season as Gareth. He's had to be making his way through in the races, but he has been doing it so very well, and that's why he finds himself in this position. And he currently finds himself P1 coming through the second sector here, beating Excite. Now Excite overtakes him, and now they're battling for position. Oh, poor double right there for Gareth, and drops himself down to 5th momentarily, but now back up to 3rd. Now back down to 5th. It's Y Racer up top battling Excite for pole currently. Where are our other championship protagonists? Y Racer and Hot Speed and Gareth all close, and Jordan, they're all neck and neck. There's Haslager getting himself involved. They're all next to each other currently on the grid. This could be absolute drama, but it looks like Excite, who has dominated the second half of this one-shot qualifying, is going to get pole position here. But what about the rest? It looks like it's going to be Y Racer, but no, Gareth overtakes Jacko to headline the second round of the grid. It's going to be Excite on pole. Look how close that is all the way across the board. and all of our championship protagonists in the top 7. So 5 of the top 7 are within a mathematical possibility of winning the championship here tonight. So it's exciting. The man on pole, he's going to have to maybe be a bit nervous around these guys. Doesn't want to get involved in any way. But exciting, incredible qualifying from him to take the final pole of the season. And now can he transform that into a sprint race win? That is what is to be found out. So he's on pole by just over half a tenth over Y-Racer there in the Red Bull. And then Gareth, who had a good first sector, dropped down a little bit, but then recovered there in the last to secure P3 on the grid on the second row with Jacko there. And then it's Haslager and Hotspeed on row 3. And then our championship leader, Jordan, the poorest qualifying of the Title 5. He finds himself down in 7th, only 2.5 tenths off pole. You wouldn't normally think 2.5 tenths off pole would get you P7, but that is just how competitive this grid is, and that's exactly why we have so many drivers fighting for the championship. Here come to the final round, and the rest of the grid there, Lewis Craig, and then Matt Ryan, Tony ran that top 10, and it's Acorn, Sabis, Newgarden, George, and I didn't quite manage to catch the back end of the grid. We'll have a look at that in just a second. But yeah, I think Constructors is pretty much wrapped up for Mercedes. They are leading AlphaTauri by about 40 points. So I mean a monstrous job from AlphaTauri to overhaul that one, and it is dry for the sprint as well. So hopefully that means we should get some incredible racing. And Y-Racer, you do have to remember he is the furthest away. He's going to have to get a bit lucky to claw his way back into this fight here. He's going to pretty much have to win this sprint race and have everyone else in front of him have an absolute mare. And so it really, I'd say Y-Racer is going to struggle to win this championship, but definitely Jordan, Gareth and Haslager are your main 3. Just 7 points separating those lot. And we have readied up very quickly. Normally we have our 2-minute break, but jumping right into the action there, that could be a penalty for someone if that isn't an organised start. So maybe a bit of drama starting the formation up here, but let's have a look at the tyres. What are people going for? I'm going to imagine mediums across the board. Yeah, that is to be expected. 12 laps here. So rounding out the back 5 was George Ryanberry, Artie, I don't know, Kia? I'm going to go with Kia. Correct me if I'm wrong. But N89 17th, and then it's Jeweler Show 18th. So a McLaren sandwich the entire grid, and there is Excite taking over Stappen line with a Red Bull behind him. How will Y-Racer feel? He's done the job in qualifying. He is the lead of the Championship 5, and that is exactly what he needs to do, just to try and get himself back into this title fight. And then Gareth behind. He's in a good position here, only 5 points behind Jordan in the Championship, and currently he's 4 positions ahead. Let me get up how the point scoring works for the sprint, just to let you all know. So the winner gets 8 points, then through first to 8th, it's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I think that is the same as real F1. And no fastest lap point in the sprint, so the fastest lap does not matter. It's just purely on finishing position. So get yourself inside that top 8. That is the key. That is the key part of the sprint. Just make sure you are in that top 8. And if you're one of these 5, make sure you're ahead of the others. But Interlagos a short lap as we're coming to the end of the formation lap now. The crowd getting themselves ready for what should be an exciting championship battle. We'll wait for Jules Show. Where is he on the grid? He is just coming towards the final little kink now. Y-Race has got himself disqualified. That is maybe going to put him on the back foot. How far back is he? Yeah, look at that. He's nearly level with Gareth. Jacko also getting himself there disqualified in P4. Let's see what happens then. Jules Show really taking his time in the background. You see him. Everyone's tired. It's going to be cold. Let's hope there's no carnage, but drivers will be fighting for everything here. And also you don't want to ruin your qualifying position for the main race. But here we go. Do we get any lights? I'm not 100% sure, but let's see when they start moving. I think the lights are on. And the lights go out, and away we go. And it's a good start for Excite. Does Y-Race manage to get a jump? No, he's had a poor start there. Gareth could actually get a run on him here. Haslager's going to have a prime view of this. Coming through turn 1. Is Gareth going to be able to go around the outside of his championship rival? I think he isn't. No, he's still behind Y-Racer. So White Racer manages to hold them off. We have yellows flags in sets 2. It's Ryan Berry off. And what about our other championship protagonists? They all seem to have survived. Have they? I think they have, yeah. So that's all good. Most people retaining position there at the front end of the grid. Acorn battling with Savis there. Lewis Craig getting himself involved. Jordan not having the best start. He's down to 8th now. He's lost a position off the start. But the front lot all seem to be sticking together quite well. And it's Ryan and Jordan going at it. Can Jordan get the move done? He's going to have to hang around the outside. Oh, so close to contact. Only 12 laps to make your moves here. You've got to make your moves quickly. Is Jordan going to be able to get past? We have a yellow flag in set 2. I'm not sure who's gone around there. And in fact, Excite has got a 2-second lead. It was Haslager. No. Who's made a mistake? Oh, I'm so lost. It's Y Racer. Y Racer's made a mistake. I knew someone was missing. Y Racer. That could be championship over for the Red Bull. Does he have damage? The front wing looks there. I think he's alright, but Haslager now attacking Gareth. Down into turn 1. No DRS as of yet. And we have Kia coming into the pits. And is that a safety car? No, it's a VSC. We have a VSC here at the end of lap 1. Jacko's had a poor start. He started 4th and now he's down to 11th. But Y Racer, the biggest loser. How many positions has he lost there? Will it show us? He has lost 7 positions, the same as Jacko. So those two really struggling off the start, and that is almost certainly Y Racer's championship hopes gone. He's going to need an absolute miracle drive here to get himself back in it. I will figure out standings after the sprint race, just so we are fully up to date on who stands where. But it is looking good for Excite right now. 2.5 seconds clear. Gareth maybe just needs to wear out the cars behind. Let Excite get the race win. He'll have a shot at jumping him off the line come the start of the main race. 36 laps, I believe the main race is here at Interlagos. But Haslager now waiting for the perfect jump. Can he get it? Will anyone make a mistake and earn themselves a drive-through by speeding under the VSC? They'll be pushing to the absolute limit. And it looks like we've sped up now. Have we gone green? We haven't gone green yet. Still under VSC, but there we go, they're backing off now. And hot speed right up the back of Haslager. And there we go, DRS enabled. We are green again. And Haslager's had a poor start. That's going to allow hot speed all over the back of him. But here comes Lewis Craig in the Williams. He's only a 10 behind hot speed. Look how bunched up they all are. This is hectic, I think it's the word to describe this. But can Gareth catch Excite out front? And oh, hot speed goes a little bit deep. That could give Lewis Craig the run he needs. I don't think he's quite going to get the run. Look at that, straight on speed on that Haas. Starting to be crazy on the Haas there. Newgarden into the pits. Now they just all need to stick together, wait for the main straight. Only 2 DRS zones around here. That's down into turn 1 and into turn 4. So it is very easy to follow around here. And also, if you make that move into turn 1, you need to be careful that you don't get done back into turn 4. So maybe it is smart to just wait your time, to bide your time. Don't overtake into turn 1, just wait for that turn 4 opportunity. Haslager just about going to hang on to the DRS of Gareth here. He's going to need that to pull himself back in because Gareth seems to have crazy pace. It's looking good for the Mercedes man. Jordan working his way up the field as well. He's back up into 6th now. He dropped down to 8th momentarily at the start. That mistake for Y Racer and Jacko helping him massively. Look how close it is up front. That gap to Gareth was 9/10. Come to the end of the final corner. Oh, that's nearly Haslager going into the back of Gareth there. Gareth moving a little bit under the braking zone. I'm not too sure if Haslager will be very happy about that, but no drama caused. Now, can Haslager stick close? He seems to have a lot of straight on speed, but he's also got to worry about hot speed behind. And we have more yellows. That is the Aston Martin of George that's gone around, along with Savis, I believe. So those two there, sprint race is over, just get it to the end and go again in the main race. At the minute, all of our championship protagonists, apart from Y Racer, are scoring points that would end Y Racer's title hopes. So at the minute, we'd be going to the final round with 4 people in the championship battle, I believe. And now Haslager only 4 tenths behind Gareth. He seems to have good straight line speed though. Opens the DRS. He's already burned nearly all of his battery. And look at that, without the battery burn, he just doesn't seem to be able to catch. And this fastest lap off the fastest lap. 4 fastest laps just there in this train. And it's Jordan who comes out on top with it with a 10.3. That was potentially a warning there for Haslager as well, I believe. Here we go. Haslager burning. Is he going to go down the inside on Gareth? No, he just backs out of it. Now single file still. This train growing. Jordan on the back of it now. But they have lost Matt Ryan. He's got Acorn and Y-Racer behind him to worry about. Y-Racer needing points here. Jordan just sticking up to the back of this train. He's got 70% ERS. Haslager with barely anything. Kia saying he lost it out of the final corner. My bad to Newgarden. It's good to see drivers taking accountability. Hopefully. Oh no, that is. Oh, Lewis Craig has been just tagged there, and I think that is probably. Is that Jordan with damage? No, who has damage? There was surely someone's got damage from that. Lewis Craig. No, that's Y-Racer gone round. That is Y-Racer gone round. He is. Yeah, his race has gone from bad to worse, and I think that's his championship over. So we are down to 4 now. But Lewis Craig getting a little tap on the rear there and spinning around. Nobody into the pits, and maybe everyone got away without any damage there, which would be very surprising. That was quite a heavy hit. I was busy reading the comments, so I didn't quite catch who it was who hit. But yeah, that could potentially be a penalty as well coming someone's way. And now Matt Ryan behind Jordan. This has worked beautifully for Jordan. He's now up into 4th, and with Haslager and Gareth maybe ready to battle in front, that could drag him into things. But we are already halfway through the sprint race. The action is fast and the race is short. Just a little teaser for what is to come in the main race. And Y-Racer picking up a time penalty as well, so it's going from bad to worse for him. But Haslager only 4 tenths behind. He saved a little bit of battery. He's going to be on about 27% by the time he comes to the main straight. That's Savage with the time front as well, but he's towards the back, so it's not too important for him. That won't cost him any positions as of now. And let's have a look. How is this straight line speed? What is Gareth on? Gareth is on 27%, so he's on about 15% more than Haslager behind. But Haslager can just sit in this DRS and farm and wait till the end. They are not losing touch to Excite, but they're also not dragging him in as well. My race making a move there on Jeweler Show, so that's him up into the top 10 now. No points for him though. He needs to get into 8th position or better. And this battle looks like the one to watch. Here comes Lewis Craig on Acorn. Lewis Craig going to stay behind. No, you see the light flashing now on the back of Matt Ryan's Mercedes. This race would also potentially clinch the constructors for Mercedes as well, I believe. But we'll wait for official confirmation on that one. Haslager 3 tenths behind now. But also that gap to Excite coming down as well. 1.7, it was 1.9 at the start of the lap. But they don't have many laps left to catch. So Matt Ryan trying to stick with Jordan. I think he's about to drop out of the DRS range now. He is. So that could open up the door for Acorn. But we'll go back and forth with Haslager, who is burning again now. He's deciding to attack and then he stops the burn. That is wasted percentage there. And look at that. Gareth has actually burned a bit on that lap, so that the differential has come down between the two to about 8% now. So Gareth using a bit of ERS, maybe unnecessarily there. Let's see what is Haslager's exit like out of the centre S's. He looks quite good, and he's going to burn again here. He's going to get the DRS. Both cars flashing, low on ERS. Haslager absolutely dead. No battery at all in that Ferrari, and he's forced Gareth into a mistake potentially there. Gareth goes deep but manages to hold on to the position, and that allows Excite to escape once more. Gained about 3-4 tenths in just that one corner there, so Haslager really piling on the pressure to Gareth. As we have yellow flags, that is a Alpine, is that Sabis? Getting out of the way it is, so good to see people getting out of the way and respecting the blue flags. So Haslager still 4.5 tenths behind. We have more yellows. That is Sabis where it seemed trail limits for him getting out of the way. I don't think that's going to matter. He's pretty much bang on to finish last. Tony and Jacko going at it. Is Jacko the one that maybe has damage? No, Jacko's fine. So I don't think anyone actually does have damage after that contact. I think everyone managed to escape unscathed. Here comes Haslager again. He's going to maybe dummy into turn 1. He's gaining. But not close enough. And Gareth goes deep once more. Haslager putting the pressure on and forcing Gareth into these mistakes. This is very uncharacteristic of Gareth. Maybe the pressure of him defending his championship from last season is starting to show. And Haslager's going to get the inside line. He's going to be forced to go down the inside, and he manages to get the move. Will Gareth get the exit? No, he's going to have to sit behind He can burn and try and go around the outside of the double right. This is going to be a very difficult overtake, and it's not one that Gareth can pull off. That's not really an overtaking spot, so now Gareth sits behind and waits for his moment, which will come into turn 1. He does have more percentage than Haslager. I'd say at least 10% more. Maybe, no, a little bit less actually, about 7-8%. We have George off, and I think that's Savis off again. It is, and George is also off at turn 2. But I don't think there's any time for a safety car to be deployed here. I think they are too late into the race. And oh, there goes Haslager! Haslager has lost the car on the exit of the final corner. And that is absolutely awful for him. That promotes Jordan up into 3rd and Gareth now up into 2nd. And Haslager's going to score no points here in the sprint race for Brazil. Haslager looking bang on for 7 points, and now it's going to be 0 for the Ferrari. That is potentially championship defining for him. So, oh, that is absolutely huge. The pressure just forced Haslager into a mistake that was absolutely... I'm sure he'd be looking back on that and just think, oh, that's so stupid. It's so unnecessary. But here comes Jordan. He's within DRS of Gareth now. He has 2.5 laps to make the move on his closest title rival and extend his championship lead to 6 points if he pulls this off, I believe. Yeah, it will be 6 points or 4 points if he stays behind. So let's have a look. Gareth maybe not having the ultimate pace here, but as he always is, he's just consistent, just always there, never really having a poor race. Even if you don't see him much in the race, he just ends up at the sharp end of the field and scoring good points, and that is how he wins championships. And it is a method that works, clearly winning last season and potentially winning this season as well. He's burning there, he's on low percentage. Jordan has nearly 30% ERS more, so if Jordan can just close up a couple more tenths, the attack is definitely on for the AlphaTauri. And we have Lewis, Craig and Matt Ryan also battling through turn 1. Matt Ryan, oh no, he's going to lose it there. Matt Ryan spun around, hopefully avoids everyone he does, and that's going to promote Y-Racer up into scoring 1 point in hot speed now in 9th as well. So that is Matt Ryan's chances of scoring points here gone, and he's going to be starting a bit further down the grid now because of that as well. Here comes Y-Racer on hot speed, so Y-Racer snatches off that point scoring position from hot speed. But I still don't think that's going to be enough to keep Y-Racer in the title fight. He's going to drop out of it, and I think maybe hot speed might just hang on to staying mathematically in it. But this is the battle that we need to watch. The two front runners in the championship, Gareth and Jordan, they've been there since pretty much the start of the championship, and they're still there now, going into the final race in just a lap and 1 corner time. Now you can see Gareth flashing already, and Jordan with 20% to burn. He's burning all of it. He's putting all his eggs in one basket, and that is a basket that's going to go down the inside of Gareth nearly, and Gareth is going to go deep once more, so Gareth forced into another tiny little mistake. Could that allow Jordan to get the run? He has 17% ERS here. He's going to burn. Gareth got overtaken into this corner by Haslager about 3 laps ago, and now it's going to be Jordan who's going to have to go around the outside. And there's contact! Gareth just pushes Jordan onto the grass just a little bit, and that forces Jordan just a tiny bit wide. I think that was very aggressive defending from Gareth. Didn't really leave a car's width, and forced Jordan to break on the grass and run wide as a result. Let's see if the stewards have anything to say about that one. But either way, it looks like bar any contact or drama, it's going to be 2nd and 3rd for these two, but in what order? They have the exact same ERS, and I think Gareth has decent straight line speed. So I'd imagine it's going to be Gareth who's going to come home with P2 here, unless Jordan can have an amazing final corner. They're pretty much level through the final corner. Jordan's burning, but I don't think it's going to be enough. But it's going to be Excite who's going to come across the line to win the sprint here in Brazil. It's going to be Gareth P2, Jordan P3. Acorn, we didn't really mention him all race, coming out to P4, Lewis Craig P5, Jacko recovering to P6, Tony P7 and Wyrace with the final point score position. In fact, no, it's Hot Speed. Hot Speed steals it off him. Wyrace had a penalty, didn't he? So Hot Speed with the final point score position is P8. Haslager scoring no points, P9. And Wyrace the P10. I think that is his championship run over. He drops out of the picture. Jules Show 11th, NA9 12th, Ryan Berry 13th, Matt Ryan 14th, George 15th, Neon 16th, Kia 17th and Sabit 18th. So let's try and work out how this affects things going into the final round. Bring up the trusty notes, always handy. So after scoring 7 points for a P2 finish, Gareth will be on 189 points. And after coming home just behind him in P3, Jordan will be on 193 points. And let's have a look, where did the other championship protagonist finish? And the only other scorer was Hotspeed, who scored 1 point for a P8 finish. And that will get him to 169 points. So is Hotspeed still in it? With 27 points available, Hotspeed is still in it by 2 points. He needs to win the race and to have Gareth and Jordan pretty much DNF for him to stand any chance of securing this championship. And then with also Haslager will stay on 180. He'll be 13 points behind. Going into the final round here. And then, unfortunately for Y-Racer, his championship fight is over. He bows out as he is now too far behind to win. So we are down to 4. It's Jordan, Gareth, Haslager and Hotspeed who will fight out for the championship here in another dry race in Brazil. With 25 points separating them, if my maths is correct, I hope it is. In fact, no, Hotspeed got a point, didn't he? So he can't have stayed on the same amount of points. Yeah, Hotspeed got a point, so he's actually on 169. So he is 24 points off the lead. So, yeah, he goes from 25 to 24 points off. So it is still those 4. They are the 4 to watch. And it will be Gareth starting ahead of them all. But he will still be behind Excite. Excite could have definitely his best race of the season here. He is only on 7 points all season. He's already beaten his tally in just that one race after scoring 8 points in the sprint. Can he bag the 25 for the main race as we are readied up here? Just 25 seconds till the formation lap starts. I'm going to go and quickly grab a drink. I don't want to miss this. So the formation lap is underway for the final time this season. What a way to end the F1 22 game here in VSL. And then we can start looking forward to F1 23. The announcement video coming out today, and what a way to celebrate it with this amazing title fight. And as we look at the tyres, let's have a look. Gareth, Jordan, both on mediums. Where is Hotspeed? Hotspeed on mediums as well. So those 3 all going on mediums. Then Haslager throwing it a bit left of field, going on the hard. He's going to go long into this one, hoping for no early safety car then for him. But then Excite also on the mediums, Akon in 4th on the mediums, Lewis Craig on hard. Jacko is going to go very aggressive off the start on the Red Bull soft compound tyre. So he'll definitely be one to look out for in the first couple of laps, although that tyre will drop away quickly. So just to have a look at how things work, because of that result, if Gareth wins and Jordan comes second and neither of them get the fastest lap, he will win the championship. And obviously if Jordan wins, he guarantees the championship. So it is very much a battle between these two, and maybe Haslager can get himself involved. If he wins, he needs Jordan to come 6th or below. That's if neither of them get fast enough. I'm going to imagine none of these drivers will get fast enough, because I think someone will go for it at the end and maybe take it off them. potentially. We could see teammates come into this if someone needs to take the fast lap off someone. Maybe if Jordan needs Gareth to lose the fast lap to win the championship, send Ryan Berry on a quali lap, on a quali sim, just to nab that final few points to secure the championship. But who knows, we have 36 laps of intense racing before we need to worry about that. And it is pretty much time as the final cars come lining up onto the grid. You can see there is Ryan Berry and the McLaren of Show, the final two to line up. He had a good sprint race at Show, started last up into 11th. What can he do in the main race? But here we go. The lights are going to come on, not on our screen, but they are there somewhere. And you can see revving. And the lights go out. Gareth angled very much towards Excite. Is he going to get the jump on him? It's a very good start for Gareth. He's going to be down the inside of the McLaren. Can he manage to do it down the inside? No, he's going to have to back out of it. He's going to be P2. And no, ooh, he has an incredible turn to it. That's going to be Gareth up into the lead. Jordan needs to follow him through. Here comes Jordan. He's going to go to the inside of Gareth. They're going to be 3 wide down towards turn 4. Who's going to come out on top? I think it's going to be Jordan or Excite. You cannot afford contact here. It's going to be Jordan and Excite side by side coming down towards turn 6. And if you're Jordan, surely you back out here. You're ahead of Gareth. That's what you need to do. And he does. Where is everyone else? Myrater ahead of Hot Speed now. Hassager in P10. I think he's improved 1 position off the start on his hard tyres. So that is a good start for him. And Jacko up into P4 on the softs. He's going to be hunting down. Look at the man in front of him. It's Gareth. What can Jacko do about Gareth in front? And Jordan maybe wanting to get a bit of separation between him and his closest title rival. He'll want to get past Excite quickly and try and pull away. Maybe calm the nerves a little bit. If he got into the lead, just focus on himself. Here he comes then. He's burning. His Excite isn't really burning. It's going to be Jordan who flies past him. There's been some instant behind. It's Show who had that incredible sprint race and now unfortunately drops to the back of the grid before the end of the first lap. Here we go then, and there's been contact. That has been... Oh no, Jordan's round! Jordan, I think, has been tagged and Jordan is round. This blows the championship wide open for Gareth. Do we have a safety car? I don't think we do. We have a VSC. Just like in the sprint race. What happened to Jordan there? Did Excite maybe just get a little bit too late on the brakes and tag the back of him? That was a very weird spin for him, but this man must be licking his lips right now. Gareth all alone up there. No championship protagonists around him. He just needs to pretty much secure this now. And yeah, looking back at the replay, I think it was Excite just a little bit late on the brakes and tagged the back of Jordan. That could be such a costly error from Excite there. Maybe costing Jordan the championship at the end of the first lap. And there you can see the predicted pit stop strategies. A 1 or a 2 stop. For most of these, or 1 stop and Jacko potentially on the 2 stop strategy, although I think he will try and go hard to the end. Maybe pit around lap 10ish. And we go green again here in Brazil. We go green once more. So as it stands, this man will be champion once again. He will have successfully defended his crown. And he will go on to F1 23 as the reigning VSL Tier 2 champion. But surely he'll want to win this race. But here comes Jacko. Is Jacko going to go down the inside of Gareth? He is going to try it. Gareth goes deep. That's going to open the door for him. And Gareth is going to let him go. Not fighting that one too hard. He knows he doesn't need to. Jacko is not his fight. This man though needs to get an absolute wiggle on. Needs to shift. Needs to find a 9th gear in his Alpha Tauri. And first up is Newgarden. Will Newgarden play nice, or will he battle hard? Let's see. Jordan all over the back of him. Will he go for a risky move? He kind of needs to try and be quite aggressive because, well, he needs to finish near Gareth at least to stand a chance. And that gap between Newgarden and Hassager is pretty large as well, so he's going to want to close that one down as quickly as possible. And there goes Y-Racer. Y-Racer's round. So that's 1 position for Jordan. That's 1 Red Bull dispatched. Can you get the other one towards the end of this lap 3? Here we go. Jordan burning. DRS is enabled now. But look at the straight on speed of that Red Bull. That is very good straight on speed. Here comes Jordan. I don't think there's going to be anything Newgarden can do about this one. And Jordan flies past up to P9. So now has that pretty large gap actually between himself and Hassager to catch the other championship protagonist. Just sitting there in P8, maybe biding his time, waiting. Here comes Hot Speed on Lewis Craig. Hot Speed up to P5 now. He is just in the championship fight. He needs to win the race. So Hot Speed has nothing to lose really. He is the outside chance, the underdog, the massive underdog really. And in fact, Jacko on the back of Excite here. And with Gareth hanging on in there in DRS. And oh, what's happened to Jordan? Jordan's round again. I'm not sure if there's been any contact this time or Jordan's just lost it. He needs to maybe take a deep breath and regain, hope for a safety car. I think that's going to be what he needs. And he's gone round again. Jordan, oh, painful to watch. Absolutely painful to watch for him coming into this race with the championship lead, and it's all gone to pot. Get your head down and just survive. Wait for the safety car if it happens. Absolutely awful to see there. Jordan clearly frustrated behind the wheel. But can Jacko hold on to Excite? Maybe those soft compound tyres just starting to die off a little bit now. Just about manages to hang on to DRS. But Gareth will want to make the move if those tyres are dead, because they will probably fall off the cliff quite heavily. Matt Ryan and N89 having a battle there, and there's a Mercedes off. That is Matt Ryan actually. So Matt Ryan losing quite a few positions there, down to 14. And now let's have a look at Jacko. He's falling out that 1 second window. Can he get back in it before the final corner? He is back in it as of now, but I don't think that's going to last for long. I think he's delaying the inevitable here, and Gareth needs to get a move on if that does happen. Matt Ryan and Wine Race having an absolute scrap here. It looks like Warriors just come out on top on that one for the time being. And in fact, Jacko did actually pull back a few tenths there, so great job from the Alpine. And he seems to have quite a lot of straight line speed in that Alpine. Look at that, wow. He did burn quite a lot of VRS, but that is some crazy straight line speed. Can Jacko maybe have a go at Excite here into turn 4? Can I open the DRS for the second time on this lap? Coming down now towards turn 4. He's not going to be anywhere near close enough, in fact. So he's just going to have to sit there and wait. And let's see how those tyres hang on. Hot Speed, P5 just sitting there, waiting. Where's Hafliger? Hafliger on the hards, just sticking to the back of this train. If Tony does drop out, maybe Hafliger will be forced to make a move. Not burned an amazing amount of DRS, but I think Gareth has the most out of everyone. Look at that, 94% ERS there on the Mercedes. Gareth is the master of ERS. He always just seems to have an unlimited supply of battery. He just never dies. But Jacko, closer this time round, could maybe go for a move on this lap. How much ERS? He does have less than Excite, but will Excite decide to battle this? So here comes Jacko. He's burned all of the juice now, pretty much, down to 3%. And not going to be close enough there. And Hot Speed, in fact, getting past Acorn. Acorn going to keep it down the inside. Is he going to try and come back at him? He's going to go for the switchback here. He's going to go around the outside. And it's not quite going to be there for him. They're both going to have DRS, I imagine. No, they're not. In fact, Hot Speed doesn't get the DRS. And that's going to allow Acorn to breeze back past in the Alfa Romeo. But also, look at what that's done. That has created a 1.4 second gap between Gareth and Acorn. So these lot either need to sort themselves out or stop battling, because they are losing touch to the front three. Jordan has regained composure a little bit. Now he's on the back of Kia, and he gets past Kia without too much difficulty after P15. So progress for Jordan. Still going to need that safety car though. I'm almost certain of it if he has any chance of a title win here. And Lewis Craig making a mistake. He maybe losing the back end there on the exit with those hard tyres. That promotes Haslager up to 7th. So good progress from Haslager so far, especially considering he is on the hard tyres. Here comes Hot Speed once more, down the inside into turn 1. But surely the same thing's just going to happen again. Maybe Hot Speed needs to think and not overtake it to turn 1 and wait for the turn 4 opportunity. But let's see, maybe Acorn won't get him back. Although that's not looking good for Hot Speed. Flashing on the ERS and no DRS. In fact, no, he does hold on. So good job there for Hot Speed. Now he needs to really get his foot down. And that mistake there from Acorn will help his cause. Jacko, 2.5 tenths behind. And look at that, the Ryan Berry qualifying lap has been brought forwards. Ryan Berry going to go for a qualifying lap here, you'd imagine, secure that fastest lap. Let's have a look though. Jacko on the back of Excite. Ooh, a bit loose there from the Alpine. The tyres maybe giving up just a tiny bit. Some movement that's just going to unsell Jacko a little bit. Lose confidence in the car just a smidge. And that is going to be enough to cause Jacko to peel off into the pit lane. And now it's Gareth on Excite. I'm sure Gareth will just be happy to sit there. He doesn't need to win this race, especially now that Jordan is down in 15th. Let's have a look. Here's Ryan Berry on a push lap. He's got no ERS. So that's probably not the best thing if you're going to go for the fastest lap. And Acorn sticking to the back of Hot Speed quite well. Only dropped about 4 tenths that last lap. And Hot Speed is no slouch. But that gap to Gareth out front is growing. Now just reaching 2 seconds. So Hot Speed really needs to push as hard as he can now. Taking beautiful lines through this middle sector, and you can see that in the gap coming down quite dramatically actually. But when will the leaders decide to pit, the field spread isn't that large, so I think you will come out in a little bit of trouble if you decide to pit now, although pit stops probably won't come for another at least 5-6 laps. But Gareth on the back of Excite, not even burning, he's just happy to sit there. Staying consistent lap times, only 400th off his PB. That time around, no fastest lap there for Ryan Berry. Who does have the fastest lap? That probably is an interesting thing to find out. It is Hot Speed, so Hot Speed can only get the 2 bonus points for fastest lap. And Gareth here just sitting, waiting, biding his time, saving his ERS. He's on 86% while Excite is on 10%, so that just shows you over 70% difference. Gareth cruising, I guess you could say. The championship has kind of fallen into his hands, and is that Jordan round again? It is. Jordan once again facing the wrong way. He really is struggling here. And all the time just cementing Gareth's grasp on the championship. I think he's got one hand on it now. He's going to need at least the safety car, something to stop him. But everyone driving nice and cleanly so far, so a safety car doesn't look on the immediate horizon. But look at that gap between himself and Hot Speed. That has come down massively. Hot Speed with a cracking lap, but no ERS. What does Gareth do? Gareth is an 11.8. Hot Speed with an 11.6, so that's 2 tenths difference. That is quite a lot around Brazil. One of the shorter circuits on the calendar. Maybe only being beaten by Austria actually. I think it is a shorter lap time than Monaco. And Excite taking a few defensive lines there. Jacko with the fastest lap after pitting, so I wonder what he can do. Can he potentially jump these lot in the pit stop window? He's behind Ryan here. Will he go for a move? He's going to open DRS, not going to burn though. So he's going to sit there and wait for the main straight. I might hold him up a little bit, but it will save him ERS in the long run. And that is maybe what Jacko needs to try and do right now. So Hot Speed still working on closing this gap. He is hovering around 1.5 seconds, although he has absolutely dispatched Acorn. He's 2 seconds behind him now, so Tony, his teammate, surely going to be looking at making a move soon. And he does have over 20% more ERS as well. And Hasselhagen not far behind them too either. So no burning from the AlphaTauri yet. And in fact, Gareth has gone past Excite. Gareth has decided to burn the battery and now is into the lead. Will Excite try and come back? We have Hot Speed is round. Hot Speed has spun. He was gaining and then maybe pushing just too hard trying to close that gap. And now finds himself down to 7th place. So all the championship challengers struggling here. Hasselhagen and Gareth, the only ones keeping it clean so far. Lewis Craig picking up a penalty. And Jacko getting past Ryan there, as I said, he was waiting for a more ideal opportunity. Now he can and needs to push on. and see where he can come out when the others pit. Excite sticking with Gareth nicely, only 6 tenths behind. He just needs to try and save some ERS to potentially fight later on in the race. So did Gareth burn there? What's his ERS say? Yeah, look at that. Gareth pushing hard now. And oh my, where is Excite going? That's a time penalty for him. Running wide on the straight. So maybe a lapse of concentration from Excite. And he's burnt all his ERS now as well. He's leaving the button on through turn 1. That is playing a dangerous game. Surely he's leaving this on by accident. What is going on with the McLaren? He's got no ERS and he's weaving now. Maybe trying to put Gareth off, but we have battles going on. It's Haslager making a move up into P4 on his hard tyres, but starting to maybe come into life here as these mediums begin to wear. It is now Haslager one position away from the podium places. And we have a yellow in sector 2. It's Sabis. Sabis has gone off. There he is, recovering back onto the track now. So he can get going again. And we have another yellow in sector 2. It's Y Racer. Y Racer's round, facing the wrong way. Reversing off the racing line. And then spinning around, getting going again. And Excite now manages to turn off his ERS and stay a little bit through that middle sector. He is half a second behind, but he does have that time penalty now because of that little incident on the main straight. Let's have a look. Will Haslager go for a move on Acorn? What's the ERS saying? They're pretty much level. But Haslager driving really well on this hard compound tyre. He will have a superior pace at the end of the race. Now he's burning. Both cars flushing. Will Haslager go down the inside? He will. Can he make the move? Late on the brakes, down inside of Acorn. A little bit of wheel banging there. And that is Haslager up to P3. 4.5 seconds behind. So he can now start to push on and try to catch Gareth and Excite for first and second. Ryan Berry just hovering in front of these, so you can just see him when we come to the longer sections of straight. You just see going into the final corner here. There he is in front, going up the hill now on the exit of the left-hander of the final proper corner. Although Excite has found trouble with the final few kinks. And now Gareth pushing. Is he burning? No, he's not. He's just up the pace massively this lap. What's it going to be? Is it going to be a PB from Gareth? No, half a second down, so maybe Excite is struggling on that lap. He's 1 second drop off for Excite, so maybe struggling with tyre wear now. Ryan Berry picking up a penalty. Just speaking about him and then decides to pick up a penalty. The commentator's curse strikes. But Excite still within DRS, but wow, what is Gareth? Gareth's showing that speed, it's crazy. Excite has DRS and is still losing. Now you'd imagine Haslager will begin to catch now. And Jacko getting past N89. Jacko doing really well on this soft strategy, although he does have to pit again. Unless he works absolute miracles and manages to take mediums all the way to the end. And Haslager, that gap 4.1 now, gained about half a second since overtaking Acorn for the final podium position. And Excite just trying to stay in DRS, but I think he's going to lose it this time around. He is. So Gareth has broken that DRS and now Excite all on his own. And I think Gareth might actually pick up a little bit of DRS from Ryan Berry in a lap or two's time. And Haslager's also dropped Acorn from DRS. So gap's beginning to form here, but nobody within the whole field is within DRS of someone. The spread is pretty crazy, and Excite pulls the trigger and decides to pit now. So this will be interesting. Where does he come out in comparison to Jacko? Jacko was behind when he pit, but Jacko putting in fastest laps and consistent lap times is surely going to come out quite a way in front. And Y Racer's spun here. If you are Excite, you do not want a safety car right now. As Jacko goes by into turn 1, Jacko surely is going to come out in the lead once all of these cars pit, unless he has to pit again before Haslager pits. And yeah, look at that. He is way in front of Excite by about 4 seconds nearly by the time Excite warms his tyres up. Could even be more, 5+ even. And Haslager and Gareth, two title protagonists, first and second now, but 5 seconds separating them. And Jacko has got Ryan Berry in front of him, who's strapped on another set of softs. Let's have a look, what is his ERS saying? Is he He's still low on ERS, so he'll need to save some if he wants to go for a fastest lap attempt, which is what I imagine his game plan is. I don't understand why else he'd be putting on softs. Ryan Berry over the back, not Ryan Berry, sorry, Matt Ryan over on the back of Excite here. And they're making a few little mistakes there. And Acorn is in. Acorn is also in now. So he's going to pit. Probably going to come out around about Sabis and Hot Speed. So let's see where they come out. Newgarden also decided to peel off into the pit lane, along with N89. So on board with Hot Speed. Let's see where he comes out in comparison. He is going to be behind Acorn but in front of Newgarden. So it's going to be P11 for Hot Speed right now. Jacko on the back of Jules Show also closing in. Jacko having really good pace actually. Having a really good race here. Considering he went for the probably the worst starting tyre. Definitely good for the first few laps, but forces you into that two-stop as we're seeing here. And I just don't think the pit lane is short enough to make a two-stop viable. Hot Speed all over the back of Sabis as well. You can see there 210 separating them two in the middle sector. And here is Jacko Ryan Berry running wide there. And Newgarden in fact getting past Y-Racer. So maybe Y-Racer making a little mistake there. On his 16-lap-old medium is definitely not the freshest compound. Gareth staying out, so Gareth going long on the mediums. He wants fresh hards here towards the end of this race. No dramas for him, that's not what he's after. And Giorgio gets overtaken by Jacko up to P4 now, the leading pit stopper. And Excite will be ahead of Tony. Where will Tony come out? Near his teammate, I'd imagine. Who will be in front now? The two Alfa Romeos. It was Acorn before the pit stops, but it looks like who is going to come out? This is going to be close. I think it's just going to be Acorn by about a second. Y-Racer picking up a penalty for speed in the pit lane as well. So Y-Racer today going from bad to worse. And if you're Jordan, you are still waiting for that safety car that you crucially need. And who's that who's spun? That is Ryan Berry, who is spun on his soft tyres. So no fastest lap for him this time round. Can he save and go again? Let's see. But Gareth with a 6-second lead to Haslager. He is pulling out that gap, which is pretty incredible actually. And Ryan Berry has called it a day. He's retired. George has gone as well. He was already out though. Ryan Berry manually retiring, so he's just had enough there. And that is Y-Racer letting Jordan go. Doesn't want to get involved in getting in his way. So Hot Speed on the back of Tony here. Hot Speed with his tyres up to temperature. Tony maybe still struggling a little bit for warm-up. So this drive from Gareth is pretty ominous really. It just seems inevitable that he's just going to be up there. He doesn't make mistakes really. And that is why he is so good. Mr. Consistency. Hot Speed all over the back of Tony and Acorn now. What's the ERS saying? They're all pretty much even. They can all have one good burn down the straight if they need to. Gareth still staying out. 19 laps on those mediums now. On his 20th now. Jules pitting on hard, so Gareth on the mediums is going longer than hard runners. Absolutely crazy from him. He will still surely pit for hard. I don't think softs is he can't go that far for softs, but he just wants those fresh hards, I guess. He will probably get undercut by Excite, you'd imagine, if Excite does have alright pace on his fresh hards. Here comes Hot Speed, getting an incredible run out of turn 3. He's going to be way in front of Tony, coming into the braking zone of turn 4. And that is one Alfa Romeo dispatched, one to go, and Newgarden also jumping Jules on pit exit. Haslager starting to pull that gap between him and Gareth down a little bit now as well. Maybe Gareth wanted them to burn a bit of fuel before going onto the mediums to try and attempt a fastest lap, potentially. And there we go, Gareth is in. So Gareth pitting for his one and only time in this race. Haslager will take the lead momentarily with Lewis Craig up to P2. And Jacko will comfortably jump Gareth as well, I think. Let's have a look. Where is Gareth? He's just trundling down the pit lane painfully at 48 miles an hour. And I think Excite could potentially jump Gareth here as well. It's going to be really close actually between these two. Excite does have a penalty, and obviously Gareth doesn't need to beat Excite. And yeah, Excite is going to come out just in front. And Gareth obviously needs to warm up those tyres as well, so he will probably drop out of DRS. But Gareth's pace, it does seem really good, so I don't think he'll find it too challenging to claw that time back that he will lose. You can just see the grip is just lacking on new hards. Low speed turning, not really there. And around about now, the tyres should start to feel a little bit better. Lost comfortably 8-9 tenths though, warming up the tyres. And you just can't get the traction down quite as easily as you can once the tyres are up to temperature. But this little three-way gaggle of cars are probably the ones to watch right now. With Hot Speed on the back of Acorn. Acorn burning, so is Hot Speed. But he's got Tony right up his chuff. You can see there, Hot Speed flashing. But still crazy straight line speed from him, so I wonder if he's still burning, but wow, look at that. Crazy straight line speed from the Haas. Good apex from turn 1 as well, he's all over the back of the Alfa Romeo. Couldn't get closer if he tried. And now he's going to burn on the exit turn 3, and he's going to get a nice boost of DRS. He's going to challenge down towards turn 4. Now he's going to sit behind, he's going to bide his time and wait. A good turn 4 though, but a good exit there for Acorn. And just pull a car length or two. And Newgarden and Jordashow going at it. Jordashow coming out on top for now. So when will Haslager pull the trigger and pit? One racer has dropped out the DRS of Jordan. And then A9 pitting for softs. Maybe a fast stop attempt for him. So this three-way train still fighting hard. Just 14 laps to go if you're Gareth, and it is all looking pretty good right now for him. The biggest threat now is Haslager when he pits for those fresh set of mediums. And also he doesn't want to fight Excite too hard, he wants to try and make that move quickly and cleanly and then pull away like he did on the medium stint. And here comes Hot Speed down the inside of Acorn. Awful camera angle. They're still side by side, and it looks like Acorn maybe just in front, but no, has a poor left-hander there. Now they're going to be side by side towards turn 6. And can Hot Speed do it all the way around the outside? I think he can. Acorn is going to dive down the inside of turn 7 though. Ooh. They're just banging wheels here. This is not what Hot Speed wants, and Hot Speed manages to nearly pull in front, but not quite, and Acorn holds position for now. Hot Speed maybe starting to get a little bit annoyed in this Alfa Romeo sandwich. And he has burnt a lot of DRS trying that, but Acorn doesn't have much more. Only 3 or 4% in it. And here we go again. Acorn burning. With the DRS. Look at the run he's got. It's going to be an easy move down towards turn 1 surely. Tony getting a front row seat of this. And there we go, Hot Speed manages to pull the move off and is now in front of Acorn. Acorn has the ERS and will have DRS to dispose. And he is coming back, but I don't think the straight's going to be long enough. It's not. And that is Hot Speed up into 7th, and now you can push on, hunt down the 2 Mercedes, and 89 picking up time penalty. He is currently the last of our runners though. And Jordan on the back of Sabis, now in front of Sabis. So up into P12, the points gone positions for Jordan, but it's not enough. It is nowhere near enough. With Gareth looking on for at least a minimum of P2 right now. This will also guarantee Mercedes the constructors as well. And we have yellows in sector 2, and it's Jordan. Jordan's round once more for the 4th or 5th time in this race. Jordan facing the wrong way. He needs to be careful he doesn't go lap down here, because once he goes lap down, even with the safety car, there will be nothing he can do. And Y-Racer also having a little adventure, maybe in sympathy of Jordan there. And Jordan managed to sneak back past off to P13. And Gareth now only 8 tenths behind Excite for P4, but this is the net race lead that they will be fighting for. Acorn just sticking with hot speed maybe, but Tony probably has more pace here. Want that pressure hard on that Alfa Romeo, and a little bit more ERS as well. But they are all catching up to Matt Ryan, who's on 24 lap old hards. So his pit stop surely coming up soon. Potentially these hard runners are going to go for softs. They will be incredibly fast, but will probably die quite heavily before the end of the race, depending on how long they can go. If they can go to maybe lap 29, it could be a good strategy. We saw Jacko go 6 or 7 laps on them, and his drop off was just starting to be quite noticeable, but Tyrell will be better on lighter fuel loads, and they'll be incredibly lighter now than they were when Jacko was on the softs. So maybe a strategic masterclass incoming from the likes of Hastager and Lewis Craig. Lewis Craig unfortunately having that time penalty, that's not going to help him in the long run. Jules Show picking up the fastest lap, 10.6. So he's hunting down this 4-car train here. And Hot Speed's going to want to make this move. He's got the DRS, he's burning his ERS, he's going to go down the inside. And I think that should be quite a comfortable move. Ryan on 25 hard, surely not going to have the grip to battle this. And you can see there a little snap through turn 5, and that's going to be Hot Speed up into P6 behind Gareth, although 10 seconds behind. Gareth half a second behind Excite. What is his ERS saying? 75% to Excite's 45, so 30% in favour of Gareth. Y-Racer picking up another time penalty. 3 tenths between him and Jordan. And there we go, Lewis Craig in. What will it be for the Williams? Let's go on board with him and see. I think this is maybe just a tiny bit too early for softs. I wouldn't be surprised if he does try it. And yeah, you can see there the Red Bull compound. Going to go on to that Williams. And he will be flying towards the end of this race. He needs to come out in front of that battle, but I don't think he is. I think he's going to come out literally right behind it. Let's have a look. And we have a Haas round. That's not Haslager, is it? No, it's not. It is an 89 into the wall. And where is Lewis Craig? There comes Lewis Craig. He's literally going to come out into the thick of it. Right behind, perfectly slotting in behind. That is unfortunate. If he was another second and a half up the road, he would have been 3 places better off. Warm up pretty much instantaneous on the soft tyre. You have the grip right from pit exit. And oh my, that is some connection, funny looking contact there. And Lewis Craig just needs to be careful. Don't get yourself any damage. Bide your time. You will have the pace to overtake these two sooner rather than later. And maybe go down the inside of the Mercedes here. Oh no, he's waited and smashed into the back of the Mercedes, but somehow no damage. Haslager pitting now as well. Look how much faster Lewis Craig is. Haslager into the box. Surely a set of softs going on for him as well. And just look at the amount of speed that Lewis Craig has in comparison to Matt Ryan. And Matt Ryan probably will be pitting this lap. He is. So that is everyone pitting now. And we have that Savis off. That is Savis off. And receiving the 5 second time limit for corner cutting to soften the blow. Haslager, will he come out ahead of Hot Speed? He will. So, no cars separating Haslager and Gareth. Just 9.5 seconds of track time. And he only has 9 laps to catch it. How fast can he go? He's going to need Gareth and Excite to battle quite hard. And you'd imagine Haslager could potentially pick up the fastest lap on the way as well. Savis picking up another time from it. Here comes Jordan on Y-Racer, and he gets that move done before the start finish line and will comfortably be ahead into turn 1. Savis down the inside of Y-Racer as well. Not giving us the best camera angles. There we go. Can Y-Racer come back at him? Let's see. He's going to open the DRS. That is not the view we wanted. And here he comes, Y-Racer down towards turn 4, the inside line. I don't think Savic is going to have anything he can do about that. No, he's not. That is Savic slotting into 14th place. And we have a overtake. Gareth ahead of Excite. And I think Excite's made a mistake here. Excite losing 2 seconds to Gareth. And we have is that a dual show crashing on the pit straight? It is. And into the wall, trying to spin it round. And dual show dropping down to 10th now. But Excite has made a mistake. He is now 2 seconds behind Gareth. I'm not sure if there was contact or what. I didn't think Gareth was close enough to go for a move last time I looked at the timing tables, but he is now in front. So whether that is a self-inflicted error or contact, but now Hasselhoff only 6.5 seconds behind Excite and absolutely flying here. You've got to imagine will be a fastest lap coming up for the Ferrari. Another yellow flag here in sector 2. That's going to be Jules Show again. And he trying to get back on track now. And just get going once more. And it is a purple medal for Haslager. Let's see, what lap time does Gareth do across the line? It's probably going to be in the high 10s, low 11s. Mid 11. 11.6 for him. What's it going to be for Haslager? It's going to be a mid 1 minute 10. So about a second a lap faster as it stands. Lewis Craig though, or 10.1. Flying pace from the Williams as he is on the back of Akel. Maybe a squirt of DRS helping with that lap time. Here he comes though, the Williams man. He's going to go down the inside and towards turn 4. The favourite overtaking opportunity we've seen all race long. The turn 4 inside move. And once again it gets pulled off masterfully. This time by Lewis Craig, who promotes up to P5 and now needs to push on with that penalty. He's trying to pull at least 3 seconds. I think it's only 3 seconds he has. Jules Show with a 5-second time frame speeding into the pits. He's had an awful lap. And we have a Ferrari around who is stuck on the curb. N89 stuck on the curb. If he can't move, this could be a safety car. He's trying to move and he's stuck. He is fully stuck on the curb. What is going to happen here? He manages to get reset to track. Manages to pull away. So safety car avoided for now. Jules Show's retired car leaving the pit lane. So that was, oof, I'm sure N89's heart sank there. As he was stuck on the curb. Managing to reset to the track though and gets going once more. But it all seems to be in order for Gareth right now. 2 seconds to the good in the lead. And nobody seemingly able to challenge him. It looks like it's going to be a back-to-back championships for the Mercedes man. Just 5.5 laps to go here. Haslager hunting down Excite. Who wants P2 in this championship? He's definitely on. With Jordan down in P11, only scoring 2 points. There's nothing he can do about Gareth. That is out of his hands, out of his control. Lewis Craig on the back of hot speed there as well. A good drive from Lewis Craig. The hard strategy really paying off for these drivers. And here we go, Lewis Craig. Look how much straight line speed he's got. Not even having to burn and absolutely flying past hot speed. There isn't a slouch. And look at that. There we go. Wave bye-bye to that Williams, because you are probably not going to see it again as it disappears into the horizon. White race on the back of Jordan as Jacko sets fastest lap of 1 minute 10.1. I think Lewis Craig also did a 10.1, but clearly Jacko just marginally quicker this time round. But White Racer on the back of Jordan. And will he go for an overtake here? I don't think he's going to be close enough. Just a little bit too far behind. And lifting off in fact. Maybe struggling for fuel, the Red Bull. Who knows? But Jacko now closing in on Tony. The two Alfa Romeos inseparable this race. Being pretty much within 1.5 seconds of each other for the entire 32 laps. Another Ferrari, and that's an 89. He's going to be strapping on a set of softs, I imagine, going for a fastest lap. But here comes Jacko burning the ERS. He has plenty to use. We'll open the DRS, tuck into the uppermost slipstream, pull out down the inside, way in front before turn 1. And Tony, no response at all, nothing he can do about that one. And now Jacko can set his sights on the other Alfa Romeo of Acorn. Hassar got 1.6 behind Excite, and Excite after that mistake hasn't really lost touch to Gareth. Gareth's probably not pushing to the maximum though, he has no need to. He can cruise to the end now. We are too late for a safety car as well, so no safety car will interrupt this one, I am 99% sure of that. And Jacko looking really good right now, nailing every apex, carrying so much speed through these corners. The twisty middle sector before the open first and last. And he's going to be in prime position to take P6 off Acorn. Good exit, short shift to 4th to get the traction, and now through the gears in 6th, now up to 7th. Burn the ERS up into 8th, and it's going to be a carbon copy move, is it? It is. But Acorn may put up a bit more of a fight. They're going to be side by side to turn 1, so can Acorn do anything about this one? No, he can't. He has to slot in behind. And that is Jacko up to P6, making hot knife through butter type moves through this field. And Hassler is actually in front of Excite now, so I completely missed that overtake. My apologies. But Excite is now dropped behind Haslager. So he would have fallen behind him with penalties anyway, but just on track now. Haslager is in front and has 3 seconds between him and Gareth. I don't think he's going to be able to catch that though. With just 2 and a little bit laps to go. Unless Gareth makes a mistake, this is all done. And is there any more battles going on? Y-Racer just sitting behind Jordan still. Yellow's in sector 2, N89 after putting on that fresh set of softs. Has found himself in the wall once more. He's had a pretty bad day at the office, you'd have to say. Yeah, you can see that's how far behind Acorn is. I think he's on lap 32. Well, I said lap 32. No way, he can't be that far behind. He can't be 3 laps down. But he has spun again here. So N89 struggling a little bit, but Gareth having no such issues. He's had a perfect race with everyone else around him making mistakes pretty much. He's just been handed it. The cool, calm and collected speed Gareth 89 is almost certainly going to be your VSL Tier 2 champion here this evening for Season 10. He just has a lap to go once he crosses the line. Just one more navigation of this Interlagos circuit. It has seemed pretty inevitable since Jordan's spin, where he got tagged by Excite, and that was pretty much Jordan's downfall, to be honest. He never regained composure. But that has got nothing to do with Gareth. That wasn't Gareth's fault, that little collision. He just took the opportunity with both hands and hasn't looked back. Who knows what would have happened without that contact, but the contact happened, and this is the situation we now find ourselves in. And Sabis having another little adventure there, I think, is he gets himself back around, facing the right direction. But this lap is all about this man in the Mercedes. It is going to be another championship for Gareth. Didn't dominate this one like last season, taken to the very final round, a 5-way title decider, but he is going to come out on top, and in the end pretty comfortably. And I think Haslager could jump Jordan for P2 as well in the championship here, but no more corners to navigate, just foot to the floor, up to the line, and Gareth half throttle. Is he going to give Haslager the win? They're going to try and cross the line side by side, I think, but it's going to be Gareth who wins Season 10 of VSL. Incredible drive from him, absolutely deserved. Well done to Gareth. Haslager crossing the line side by side with him. He's going to claim P2 in the championship, I'm almost certain of it. Excite rounding off the podium P3, Hot Speed P4, Lewis Craig P5, Jacka P6, and we'll come back to the rest. But Jacko, incredible. Well done. He is the champion here in VSL Tier 2. Absolutely incredible scenes. Well done to Gareth. We didn't get to crown him last season. We had extreme issues on the race. He won the championship. But this season, no such issues. Just like Gareth's race, it has gone perfectly. And well done to Gareth. He is your champion this season. Can he make it a triple when we come back on the next game? Who knows, but absolutely faultless from him. And we'll have a look at the rest of the field here. Acorn 7th, Tony P8, them two pretty much together the whole season. Matt Ryan, P9, Newgarden 10th. Jordan, absolute commiseration here for Jordan. Coming into the final race, leading the championship, looking good, taking the lead here in the final race of the season, and then that crucial contact with Excite, unravelling Jordan's entire season pretty much. He ends up finding himself third in the championship, and so unfortunate for him. The game given driver of the day to Haslager. You'd be hard to disagree with that, to be honest, but driver of the season goes to this man here, coming onto the podium, Gareth, rounding off the season in the best way possible with a race win, but more importantly, the championship. And look at that, he's very excited, doing pirouettes and all. Well done to him. Absolutely incredible 5-race season. Maybe next season we can go for 6 at the final race, but even then I think you'd struggle to top this man, the absolute king of F1 at 22 here in VSL Tier 2, unmatched. And there he is, celebrating. But let's run you through the full classifications then. So Gareth wins, claiming the championship in doing so. Haslager P2, Excite 3rd, Hotspeed 4th, Lewis Craig 5th, Jacko 6th, Acorn and Tony 7th and 8th, Matt Ryan P9, Newgarden ran 8 top 10, Jordan coming home in 11th and one race to the final points scorer in P12, Savis, our final finisher, in fact no sorry, our second final finisher in 13th, and 89 our final finisher in 14th. And then DNS for Julia Show, Ryan Berry, Kia and George, unfortunately for them. But this day, all about that man there, Speed Gareth. And I just want to say a special thank you to all of these drivers for coming out tonight, giving us the best attendance of the season on the final day. And also thank you all very much for joining me through this season. I know I haven't been here for every race, but every race I've been here for has been very, very special and exciting. And thank you for joining whoever has been commentating this season for both Tier 1 and Tier 2. Thank you very much for your support, and I hope to see you again on F1 23 when we come back to find out who can reign supreme here in Tier 2. So thank you very much for joining me and for joining these drivers for this season and every season on this game, and hopefully for every season on next game. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in a few months' time when we come back for F1 23. So thank you and goodbye.